Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan has told the inquiry probing state capture that he started realizing that state capture was in full swing earlier in 2014.
Gordhan is giving his testimony on what transpired when he was finance minister from 2009 until 2014. He began his testimony by raising concerns over how his evidence for the commission was leaked to the media. He later told the inquiry that during one of his meetings with the former President Jacob Zuma, he told him about the procedures of appointing senior personnel at the Revenue Service.
While the EFF and Black First land first side by side outside the Commission of Inquiry into state capture as the much-awaited testimony of Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan got underway. Gordhan's testimony, contained in a 69-page affidavit, was leaked to the media 2 weeks ago. Well, it emerged that he met with members of the controversial Gupta family. So now both parties are calling on Gordhan to fully disclose the details of those meetings, and they also want him removed from his position.
The bottom of the matter, I think, is that Pravin Gordhan is conflicted. Pravin Gordhan should not be in government. Pravin Gordhan should not have been allowed to be the finance minister and hence the Minister of Public Enterprises today, because he is the Minister of Public Enterprises today, captured by the likes of Johan Rupert. It means under his leadership, we are going to see the swift privatization of the state-owned enterprises in this country.
It is not true that Pravin was not working with the Guptas. On many occasions, he met with the Guptas. We only came to disclose now when we dropped Tantanen. It's a matter of fact that it is the EFF that removed Tantanen. And that is why immediately after that, he then asked for postponement of this commission to say, let us postpone so that he could go and change his affidavit.
While the EFF also wants Parliament's Ethics Committee to investigate what it calls Gordhan's failure in 2016 to answer if any executives in Treasury ever met with the Guptas. Criselda Lewis, SABC News, outside the Commission of Inquiry into state capture in Parktown.
For more, we're joined by SABC reporter Mzwandile Mbeje. Mzwa, thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Let's start inside the commission. So much was expected, but did we actually hear anything we haven't heard today?
Well, not really, because most of the evidence that the minister was really leading is what some have said before, like on the nuclear issue, and Tantanen went extensive on that issue. But I think what the minister was doing basically was laying the ground, because in his evidence he kept on saying, so when Lungile the former DG Fuzile comes, so we will be able to say more on this. So you can see that already he's laying the ground to prepare for the next person to then put really meat into whatever he has built. But in terms of the explosive nature of what we had expected, well, not really.
Because people are lining up. So Tom Moyane's lawyer, Mzwandile Mbeje, is there. Others have been told they will be implicated. So could we expect more this week?
This week, we expect Tom Moyane's lawyer, Mzwandile Mbeje, was there, because he was told that he will be implicated. So after the evidence, he will then apply for cross-examination. But not only Tom Moyane, also the former head of NPA, Sean Abrams. So his lawyer also was there, Philip Mahlatsi, because the commission also indicated that they'll be implicated. Remember, the evidence of Mr. Gordhan is not finished yet. Today was the first day, so tomorrow it continues. We expect to hear more probably tomorrow.
And we know some of the details because of the leak that he's very concerned about.
Absolutely. That's why when he first began his testimony, he raised his concern. I mean, we will want to know those meetings that he did have with the Guptas, the nature of the meetings, what did they discuss, who was there, and all those things really will come to the fore. And the fact that the lawyer for Sean Abrams is there, so what sort of role did the NPA play in all of this? So I hope by the end of the testimony tomorrow, so we'll be in the clear.
So today, I guess maybe a little bit of disappointment, but possibly because we've always known the minister's stance. We know that he felt the nuclear deal was excessive. We've known that he opposed Denel linking up with Denel Asia, and the Guptas were involved in that. So I guess we've known his stance all along.
Absolutely. I think maybe we expected something new, and that's why perhaps when there was not much new coming out, so people were kind of like, this evidence is boring, so they want fireworks. But I still say you expect something tomorrow. There'll be something really tomorrow.
And the EFF outside, so we saw the visuals there, but how big, how fiery was that gathering?
Actually, not only EFF, of course, in terms of numbers, then the EFF simply overshadowed BLF. So early on in the morning there was BLF, obviously in their small number, but then the EFF with their red colors, so quite a sizable number. So they were there really to put pressure on Pravin. So they are the ones who are really saying he needs to go. They accuse him of all sorts of things, of being manipulative, of being, he basically doesn't want to really account to anyone because they say he wants to be the one. That's why the EFF
but
calls
any
him
evidence?
The president. Well, I wouldn't say there's any evidence. I mean, the commission is there for all to go and testify. I mean, the invite, I guess, has been extended to people like EFF to say, if really you feel Minister Gordhan has done something wrong, go to the commission. I mean, they were saying they want him to say the truth and nothing but the truth. So we'll hear after he has finished if they will agree with what he would have said.
All right, thank you so much. And come back tomorrow. We hope to chat to you again. I'm Mzwandile Mbeje, looking at the Zondo Commission of Inquiry.